Beware the meme coin massacre, because it's coming. Fools dabble in meme coins, but smart, savvy money invests in utility, in usefulness, in value. Humans love stories. Fiction brings us great joy. It lets us escape our lives for a while and go off on adventures without the risk of actually being in that crazy time, in those wild places. Love stories, thrillers, mysteries, dramas, horror, whatever your flavor of choice is, we can have it in fiction. And we understand that there's fiction. There's this beautiful story, and it's there for us. But fiction is a very dangerous thing to stake your financial well-being on. And meme coins are just that. Meme coins are fiction, a fiction with absolutely no underlying value. And right now, it might seem fun for the people who are gambling in this mystery novel, with the mystery being what their true value and purpose is, but the tears will flow when that mystery becomes the true horror story that is underneath. Over the past 8 months, while Bitcoin ETFs was approved and it's had a very broad rally, and a few other select cryptos have gone with that, many solid altcoins, what also called other cryptocurrencies, have been left behind. And so what gives these altcoins with true utility, with true value? And what it's all about is, in part, that meme coins have captured the attention of these early adopters of retail, aka novice investors, more like gamblers, looking for the next fun thing, the adrenaline rush, the wave to get on. This is the next thing that is going to, solve our money problems, make us that next millionaire. It sounds sexy, it sounds fun, and it's really dominated the crypto world conversations. Now, that isn't a problem. If people want to get caught up in BS and hype, that's fine. On the contrary, I see it as a massive opportunity for those of us who understand that real investing is about having assets that have a real value, because money in the long term flows to value. And that's what creates the wealth that we then get to live off and feed off. But I am worried for the meme coin gamblers. That fun fiction is going to turn from the sexy, fun thriller into that horror soon enough. The obsession will come at a huge cost, and it's going to come at a massive loss to those people dabbling and gambling in that. And while they're doing that, the savvy, smart money is taking ownership of the house, the actual thing that delivers the value. So here's why it's a fiction. Meme coins don't have any real world use. They, by design, they're just designed as a novelty. Utility is a phrase that's often used in investing, describing an asset, is what is its use? What is the value of the thing? And utility, its use and value, is one of the most fundamental characters of what makes something an asset. Can it grow in its value because it generates value around the world? Think of it, infrastructure. A bridge must be able to cross that river, and the train or the car has to get across it. That's its purpose. Businesses that we own through our index tracker funds, whether it could be NVIDIA that creates microchips, whether it's Google, whether it's Amazon, whether it's some real estate provides a facility for aged care. It has a use. But in meme coin circles, the term utility almost is a dirty word, like, oh, who wants something as pedestrian as that? Well, when it comes to our wealth, I'm very happy to take pedestrian when it creates that real value. And it's as though having real world, just solid value is somehow a disadvantage. But this is an absolute trap. The danger is not just that you'll lose all of your money in the upcoming meme coin massacre because it's on its way. And it will happen if you're letting yourself get sucked into hype. That's just one of the dangers. But the real danger is a distraction of these meme coins from the real value that is happening in solid altcoins, solid projects that actually have utility, that are solving problems, making things easier. And by being able to get on and ride these in the early stage as we go into the mass adoption, this is where the real opportunity sits. And so this distraction of meme coin can be very dangerous if it's making you miss the opportunity of where the real value is. Now, as demonstrated by the famous adoption S-curve. Yes, there's an S-curve that describes how new technologies are taken up. And it's called the S-curve, and it goes through various stages. And the first stage is slow, and then suddenly the uptake, comes, and it's very rapid. And the S-curve has been instrumental in describing a myriad of phenomena, from population growth to technology adoption. And it just explains and understands how new technologies are embraced, generally embraced by the public. You have early adopters, and there's a slow uptake, and then you go into the early mass adoption, then mass adoption. So you have this rapid curve, and then it stabilizes out past that exponential growth, where now you've got market saturation and full penetration. It's shown in this little graphic next to me here. Now, crypto is just leaving this slow early adoption phase that it's been in for about the last 12 years, and it's entering the rapid early majority adoption phase. And so we're going to see this massive increase in uptake, and people are going to be shocked at the speed of global adoption as it takes off. In the first 10 years of crypto's life, it saw a much faster adaptation rate than the internet. By 2019, there were 35 million Bitcoin users. It was almost double the number of users than the internet had in its first years. And now to date, we're at around about 500 million Bitcoin users. That's 100 million more than the internet was at that same stage. And there's a simple reason for this. With the internet, we had to deploy hardware to get people online, undersea cables and infrastructure and satellites and cell towers and data centers. That last mile infrastructure went from routers to fiber to Wi-Fi, all of this to get people connected onto the World Wide Web. With crypto, on the other hand, this infrastructure is there. It's now all really about a software update. And a software update is easy and quick. And these software updates make it easier for users to just adopt crypto to push that needle forward. So the mechanism of adoption is just so much easier, and hence we're going to see this utility increase in the use of blockchain technology, and hence the altcoins that go with it. And now, recent game changers for altcoins and the crypto world was firstly the approval of the Bitcoin ETF, which has allowed mass retail and institutional investment to go in. And now there's been the approval and launch of the Ethereum ETF, so the first of the altcoins after Bitcoin. And this move legitimizes not just Ethereum, but the entire altcoin asset class. So it opens the door for more institutional investors to get more exposure to the broader range of cryptocurrencies beyond Bitcoin. And it provides a new level of credibility and accessibility for the market as a whole. Now, the impact has not yet been fully priced into the market, and this means we still got to see a significant upside potential for altcoins that have real use, real value, and deliver value in the world. And that's the whole point. The assets that last and will make us rich are the ones that add value into the world. And this is when we can really see real solid investing is expansionary. It's about putting our money into things that add value. They therefore grow in value, and they return that value back to us. And this is how you get real sustainable wealth, not these speculative flash in the pan little gambles that leave most people in tears because there's nothing underneath them. They're just like giant Ponzi schemes. And that's the whole point. Assets are about staying in your life and adding value. And it should be no different to selecting the cryptocurrencies that you add into your investment pyramid. And as more investors start to recognize the potential of these underlying technologies, we're going to see a major shift in market dynamics. And this will be the flight to quality. Yep. As the meme coin mania implodes, we're likely to see a flight to quality as now hopefully a lot of people wake up and they seek projects with solid mass adoption potential, but also as your institutional investors are able to now come in more and more. And meanwhile, these gamblers and these novice wannabes, the get-rich-quick scheme chasers who have put all their eggs in that meme coin basket, they're going to find themselves broken out in the cold and quivering once again, just like with the NFT market and previous meme coin mania provides a cautionary tale for what will happen with the meme coin bubble bursts. After months of hype and soaring prices where anything, a little doodle, was made as a non-fungible token, the NFT market just had this massive correction again because there was no underlying utility. Now, the role of non-fungible tokens and tokenization of real-world assets absolutely has a lot of utility, but not this just collecting of crazy things. So this left many investors with huge losses, and the same fate will befall the meme coins once the fictional hype cycle has run its course and the thriller has turned into the horror. So by focusing on utility, on value, on fundamentals, on long-term use and value creation for the world, this is how we become great, solid investors. And you can position yourself for the benefit of the next wave of innovation and growth in the cryptocurrency market. And so this is why it's so sexy when we can build our investment period on a base of value. You build up your base of your investments on those broad market index trackers, which by their very nature are always self-optimizing for solid utility and valid creation, because those companies that don't add value drop out of the index, those that do come on in. So by default, you're always owning the best of the best. And then you can add on these other asset classes that add value. And this is how you're going to get yourself the best, most solid returns over time and stay sustainable. The flight to quality is not about chasing the latest trend, the latest hype, getting your adrenaline thrills up, finding the thing before everybody else is and jumping on the bandwagon. No. Great quality investing is identifying the assets that have the potential to deliver real value, lasting value, and being patient enough to see that potential realized. So as this market matures and evolves, it's these altcoins with genuine use that will ultimately emerge as the winners. Now, in the Crypto Boom Runner training, which you can get as part of being a Wealth Builder Club, I explain how to identify these. But even beyond that, I actually share with you the altcoins that I'm investigating and the ones that I'm investing in as part of this broader investment strategy. And that is just one of the amazing benefits and values that is inside Wealth Builders Club. So if you want to see if Wealth Builder Club is a right fit for you, come on in, find out more about it. There's a link below the video that you can find, and it would be great to have you part of a solid wealth builder in this great community, building up a base of investments and assets that have real value, not just out in the world, but to you too.